Greetings. I'm the human vegan known as Bob Linden, here with Daisy, the love of my life, canine vegan. We're in the San Francisco Bay Area, and they tell me there's a bay around here somewhere. We're still looking. So I've been the host of Go Vegan Radio with Bob Linden since 2001, the first vegan radio program ever in mainstream media. I've also been involved with organizing major vegan events like the World Vegan Summit and Expo. In fact, the radio program started when I was promoting an event in Los Angeles that I was organizing called World Fest, and I stopped at a radio station, KRLA, and a producer there said, "Well, you have a background in broadcasting. You were a program director at major music stations around the country, and you're a vegan animal rights activist. Shouldn't you be doing a show on the weekends here on KRLA?" And I had to raise money to do it, to cover the cost of the programs. So I found the sponsors, and so the show started. I thought maybe it would be on maybe 2 or 3 weeks before management and owners heard the show and canceled it, saying, "This guy is offending all of our other sponsors, all of our advertisers. We can't have somebody on the air who's against consumption of meat, dairy, fish, and eggs, and honey, and wearing feathers and leather and wool, fur and silk, or using animals in any way." But apparently they were happy that I was able to pay the bills on a weekly basis, and the program was actually quite popular, one of the highest rated shows all week on KRLA. So shortly thereafter, we added the San Francisco CBS affiliate, and since then we've been on the Air America Radio Network, the Genesis Communications Network. Yeah, so we were on a liberal network, and GCN, the conservative network that features Alex Jones. They probably had our show on to make him look a little more normal. You know, GCN said, "You are our first food show." And I thought, this is a food show? Well, being vegan is about everything. You know, like Seinfeld was a show about nothing. Being vegan is about everything. It is the most important cause. Believe it or not, I have come to that conclusion that the world's greatest problems are caused by consumption of meat, dairy, fish, and eggs. Certainly, the animals think so. They're killed by the billions annually, all tortured and imprisoned and killed for people's wrongful hunger. We are herbivores, after all, and so it's our demand for meat, dairy, fish, and eggs that keeps the animals imprisoned and tortured, mutilated, and killed. But also, everybody's concerned about the environment, and nobody seems to know that animal agriculture is the number one cause of climate change, responsible for at least 51% of all human-generated greenhouse gas emissions. So we're told by the world's top climate specialists at the World Bank that the only solution for climate change before it's too late is a massive population shift to vegan. And such a shift would also allow for massive reforestation, and we could return to pre-industrial carbon levels if we were to all go vegan. So it is the most important cause because it's the only way to save the planet right now from climate change. Whoop, looks like Daisy would like to start walking, so maybe we'll do that. Okay, baby, I'm ready. We can go. So, we have a lot of environmental problems from climate change. Oh, and by the way, if you think that the solution for climate change is an alternative energy infrastructure, that would take 20 years and $35 trillion. We can't afford that in time or money, and good luck asking this Congress and the Trump administration for $35 trillion to address climate change. So the only way to address it in time is for a movement to go vegan. It's something that you can do today. It's something you don't have to depend on politicians or governments or even environmental organizations, none of whom seem to be discussing this most important fact that animal agriculture is the #1 cause of climate change, and going vegan is the solution. But in this age of corruption, you have environmental groups who are awash in rancher donations. You have animal rights so-called animal rights organizations also that are quite corrupt and not really promoting going vegan. So I've been encouraged by friends now to start doing this, doing more on YouTube. I thought I would just wait to see if YouTube catches on, if it becomes popular. Maybe I waited too late. But I didn't know that I would wait until YouTube became totally censored and demonetized. But here we are, and maybe we should think of a name for what we're doing here on YouTube. Let's see. How about A Better Deal? Would that be? Oh, that's taken? Okay, let's think of something else. How about Bob Linden's YouTube Vegan Truther series? Bob Linden's Vegan Truther series. It seems that a lot of people on YouTube are truthers, people seeking the truth in many areas where we are given lies. I mean, we're pretty much, find an honest politician, right? Find honesty in the media. Well, you really can't. So there are people all over YouTube looking for the truth. And they're looking for the truth. People are looking for the truth. Who killed JFK? Who really did 9/11? And so people feel like they're really waking up. They see the corruption. But they're still under the propaganda that leads them to consume meat, dairy, fish, and eggs. So people are not fully awake, because theoretically truthers would be against oppression, against killing the innocent, and those are the ingredients in all meat, dairy, fish, and eggs. So if we are against violence, if we're for peace, the truth is we have to go vegan. If we are concerned about our family's health, it's the holiday season. We're all getting together for family gatherings. And what greater family value than, valuing your family, wanting mom and dad to be around. You don't want the kids to be on the road to heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, all connected with the consumption of meat, dairy, fish, and eggs. So maybe we'll look at that as the family values for this holiday season, that the family is deciding to go vegan. You wouldn't be alone. Everybody's going vegan now. There was just a report, in fact, in Report Buyer UK, a study shows that now fully 6% of Americans identify themselves as vegan. So that's millions and millions of people who are going vegan for the animals, for the environment, and for their health. So we will explore all of those areas on this series. If we just remember what did we just name it? Bob Linden's YouTube Vegan Truther series. And we'll be covering all of these issues, as we have on the radio program for the past 16 years. If you're feeding your family, for example, processed meats, the World Health Organization has just determined and classified processed meats as carcinogenic. They cause cancer. And processed meats are everything from hot dogs, sausages, pastrami, salami, corned beef. So really, if you're feeding that to your family during the holidays, it's like a plate of asbestos. So let's look into the family values of going vegan, how it's associated with the cause of peace. Tolstoy said, as long as there are slaughterhouses, there will be battlefields. And so it's really connected to everything. In fact, I don't even know where to begin on this series. there's just so much to discuss. Back when I was starting the radio program 16 years ago, a potential sponsor said to me, well, after you do 2 or 3 weeks of shows, what's there to talk about? Well, I don't feel like I've gotten to anything yet, because being vegan is really about everything. It's about the animals, human health, the environment, and we will explore those issues on this series. May I invite you to listen to archives of my radio show at goveganradio.com. Also, in my past life, I was a program director at music radio stations all around the country. And just recently, I launched Radio Bobby, a 24/7 music station that I think you will really love. And check it out. It's very different music. And we'll just stay in touch and get together and see if we can help the world go vegan. The most important action that you can take, the most important activism, is to go vegan. And the second most important activism is to help everybody else go vegan too.